Hey everybody, Culture again, and today guys, I'm here to do another anime review, and this anime review is to High School DxD Hero Episode 2 guys. So let's get into it. So guys, in this episode of High School DxD Hero, pretty much, we first start with a bit of a flashback with Issei on the train going to Kyoto, having a bit of a flashback to what Azel sent to it about the Juggernaut Drive, and saying that the Juggernaut Drive pretty much has well, the actual secret gear itself, but Juggernaut, the secret gear itself, has the memories and the essence of its original wielders, its original people who were the Red Dragon Emperor. And when you go to Juggernaut Drive, obviously it releases all those emotions that the previous owners have, especially the ones that have been corrupted, or the ones that couldn't really control the power in the end, or had terrible lives once they became Red Dragon Emperor. Because majority of the time they're supposed to have good times, but majority of people who end up becoming the Red Dragon Emperor and reached as far as Issei has, they unfortunately become very distorted. They become easily... It ends up bad for them. It ends up bad pretty much for them, and they end up living terrible lives. So, and they end up losing a lot of their emotions. So, and we noticed that Issei can connect to them. He can instantly connect to them. He can somewhat meditate and connect to his inner self, his inner thoughts of the Red Dragon Emperor. So he can talk to the original owners. Now, except for two, we don't see the second one, but one of them we do. But except for two, all the other ones he ends up seeing, or ends up meeting mostly, have, unfortunately, can't talk, can't move. They were like blank places. They can't move, they can't communicate. So, like, literally, they're like soulless. They're like soulless. And Issei tries his best to communicate them, because the way, if he ends up succumbing, what Issei needs to do, he needs to learn how to control, or learn how to, how to put it, what was the word that Eliza used, I think it, learn to harness those harness those feelings, learn how to control them, so he doesn't gets overcome by these feelings, and by doing this, he might acquire power that is more safer, but as powerful as a Juggernaut Drive, or possibly more powerful as a Juggernaut Drive. Or that it still could be Juggernaut Drive, but a better attained, a better controlled, because after all, we know that the White Dragon Emperor, I'm trying to remember his name, but yeah, the White Dragon Emperor, if you guys remember him, the new White Dragon Emperor, if you know him, he has learned how to control his Juggernaut Drive. So that's one thing we do know. It is possible. It is possible. Possibly that his Juggernaut Drives, his original wielders, had better time with Juggernaut Drive. That's maybe the reason why he was able to control it a lot easier. Or that, yes, he has controlled it better than Issei could have ever done at that point. So he learned how to control his Juggernaut Drive so he doesn't go corrupt. So that could be another reason. But I feel... that's why I feel it's the more likely reason, because I don't think they both continue to Juggernaut Drive, and I both believe they have the same consequences. They both have the same consequences. So I believe that he just had a better time controlling his Juggernaut Drive than Issei has right now. So that's something we know. At the beginning of the episode, Issei pretty much gets told by Azel about the consequences about using Juggernaut Drive, and tell him you must learn how to harness these powers so you can control them and possibly gain a power that is superior to and easier to control and more safer to control than Juggernaut Drive. Then afterwards, I guess Savonia, god damn, she just comes through with a sneak attack and just goes behind Issei and pretty much whispers into his ear, "I'm unarmed." And it's the way he reacts to it is so freaking funny. It's just the way he reacts to it. And the way Stephanie does that, like, oh god, that was sexy as hell, girl. So I'm gonna say that was, but I will say this, the art style, holy cow. I'm just saying, the art style made it really hard for me to notice any characters. Symphonia, it was not because of last week's episode I just got a chance to see Symphonia and the art style back there, like last episode, how the art style worked last episode. I was able to tell Symphonia, but in this episode's part, this episode, the art style made it hardly look like Symphonia. To me, it didn't look like Symphonia, but the reason I was able to tell because of the hair color. It was only thanks to the hair color and knowing what this series is, I knew it was Symphonia. So that is something I've got to mention, that it was definitely for a lot of these characters are going to be hard. And by the way, Leviathan, I'm just going to mention this. Holy cow, I didn't even... It was only because they didn't say her name. I would have not even guessed the girl in the kimono was Leviathan, one of the 4 great devils. I'm just mentioning that it was so hard to tell that it was her. So I was like, what? So I was just shocked. I'm just shocked that it was her. I'm just going to mention that there. So, now, let's get back to the main part. Well, back to what I was mentioning earlier. So, let's go back to the rest of the episode. Now, after the opening song, we go into the point where they're still on the train going to Kyoto. And, pretty much, we find out that Symphonia had to give up her Durandal for so she can go to Kyoto only for Kyoto. She will get it back, obviously, but she had to hand it into the priests. I think, like the holy alchemist had to hand it to an alchemist, a priest alchemist. I think that's what he said. I might be fully wrong about that. But she had to hand Durandal to them because it looks like these passes been given. It seems like because she had Durandal, the passes couldn't affect her, or that it looks like she couldn't hide herself being a devil and get through like shrines and stuff because she had Durandal on her and it was too powerful for her. So she had to give it to them. And then she ends up talking to Issei, telling her about that she gave Durandal to the alchemist priest, and pretty much Issei said, okay, if we're in any trouble, I can give you Ashtafold, so you can use him if you have to fight. So, and then she says, thank you, and then sooner or later she splits parts with them and goes to someone else. Next, Kaiba comes in, and pretty much, they just pretty much have a conversation, and we find out that seems like before we fought Ligra, the strongest youngest devil amongst the younger devils, before we fought him, Ligra, I'm not very good at saying his name. Sorry about that, guys. We found out he had to do trials some trials with the 4 great devils. And it seems like it's just so he had to control his power as a devil, especially that he needs to learn how to control. Looks like pawns have the capability of using both 2 powers at the same time. Like for example, use the power of both the rook and the knight. That's what Issei had to. We found out one of the trials that Issei needs to learn how to control 2 powers at the same time. And in this case, learn how to control the rook and the knight at the same time. So that's something we noticed we have to do. Now, and then afterwards, we go straight to the scene when they get off the train and obviously go into their hotel. Now, during the trip, during the first part of the trip when they have to go visit shrines, Issei gets attacked by some yokai. I'm trying to remember the yokai that were there. I think... Oh, what's the raven? What? The crows? I'm trying to remember. Goddamn, what was the name of the crow demons? Well, I definitely know the fox is a nine-tailed fox. That one's instantly obvious. Nine-tailed fox, I think. I'm trying to remember from Yura the Yokai Clan, because the anime, because they definitely say a lot of the yokai names in that one, so I'm just trying to remember. Tatatsuku? No, I can't remember. God damn, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen that anime. and actually try and remember a lot of the yokai names. But anyway, pretty much the crows. I'm just gonna say the crow demons. But pretty much they attacked Issei because they accused Issei for stealing or kidnapping the fox girl's mother, the nine-tailed fox mother. So, who's also a nine-tailed fox, mind you, who seems to end up being a guardian. She seems to be some form of guardian of the shrine or something. And the reason why they attack Issei because it seems like devils, which I take it part of. I'm trying to get the name. The organization again. Goddamn, memorizing this shit is hard for me. I think. Man, what's the name of that organization again? Something bridge. Can't remember. Goddamn, my memory's shit. I've got to admit to that. But pretty much that organization, Bridge. Pretty much what Bridge. We found out Bridge attacked them, and somehow, well, they hypothesized that Bridge attacked and kidnapped this yokai, this nine-tailed fox, and because of that, it seems like they mistaken Issei to be part of that organization. So they attacked Issei and the other devils that were there at the same time. Now we do find out the way they can still use their powers. These passes have been given by Issei. They have the capability of, looks like, to make sure Issei can promote. The fellow peace, or I think the fellow. No, actually, Aja, she seems to have the capability of blessing Issei to use his. By using her past, she has the capability of blessing Issei to be permitted to use his devil powers to get promoted into certain peace. Because he doesn't say bishop, mind you. That's why I feel like as Aja was the one who gave him permission. It seems like instead of a certain piece gives him permission, it ends up being Aja giving him permission because she blessings the power on him and gets Issei able to use his devil powers without being affected by the shrine, so he can fight and defend themselves. And I've got to say this: holy cow, Issei! They made him badass. I've got to mention that they made Issei look fucking badass at that point. But like, what the fuck, Issei? Like I said, I'm shocked because even the previous seasons, they made Issei fight like decent, but not like badass. And I'm just gonna say, the way Issei fought at that point, but like, what? And just making me think of these yokai. Either Issei has become extremely strong, and for some reason the animation made him look super badass compared to what he originally was, or that these yokai was weak as fuck. That even Issei could freaking beat them up easily. I'm just gonna mention that there. After that, they realized they were outmatched, so they retreated. And then they ended up reporting to Azor and Valkyrie, telling what happened, and yeah, and pretty much we'll see the rest of this episode is just them hanging out in the hotel, Issei being a pervert as usual, and I'm gonna say, oh yeah, and the way he just used that nasty trick on Valkyrie, I'm just saying that is so funny, just so funny to see that. And also, cliche thing that she doesn't have a boyfriend, she's still a virgin, came up and she got pissed. And Issei won by just using dress break and instantly wins it. And the way it just looks like, oh yeah. And he actually says that her boobs might rival Reyes. So, or looks similar to Reyes. So she maybe has a similar shape and bust size to Reyes. So that is something to notice about. But overall, and then afterwards they have a dinner meal. They have a dinner with Leviathan and the Steward Council, talk about what was going on, why they're here, why actually Leviathan is here, and we're trying to get peace with the yokai so they can make join an alliance. and also talk about the incident they had, Issei and the others had. So, and pretty much that's all that this episode was pretty much about. Animation, animation looked pretty good, I've got to say. I feel like there was a bit of still frames, and there are some character errors, some characters, because first up, they split some of the characters. Like first up, the two perverts, Issei's friends. They didn't give us like. They seemed to be split up. They seemed to split up one of them, but they didn't get an indication. Like especially that during the point when they supposed to still be together, one of them was gone. One of them was disappeared. Like no one, only the bald-haired guy was still there. I'd be like, where did the other guy? Where did he go? So I noticed there was some anime like issues there, like characters disappearing for even though they're supposed to be in the scene, or that or animation looked more still frame-ish. I've got to mention that there, so I was a bit disappointed about that. But I would say during the point in the fight scene, I'm just gonna say, even though I feel like the field part looked still framed, I will definitely say that the overall fighting side looked freaking good. And Issei, holy fucking hell, badass! Like, surprisingly badass for who he is. So, just think about, he's not like badass, but compared to how he was, holy fucking hell. Just gotta mention that there. So, overall, animation, except for some slight errors, pretty decent. And overall, that's all I gotta say. Anyway guys, that's my anime review to High School DxD Hero Episode 2. Hope guys, a good on chat fans today. If you guys want to send for mail, go in the description down below. My address that is there, and yeah. And also guys, if you want to help me on Patreon, my Patreon's down there as well. And also guys, if you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Anime Mino, these are such as you must do. On Facebook and Anime Mino, just search Connor Travis, the same name as my channel. And if you want to find me on Instagram, it's just at Connor Travis 1998. Anyway guys, hope you guys like it, comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye guys!